So for today's class, I'm going to show you the design section in Command, as well as some templates that are available on our website, scottleroymarketing.com. So to start, I am at the sign-in page for Command. I am at agent.kw.com, and I'm going to go ahead and get signed in. Now, when accessing Command and the design section specifically, we have noticed that it tends to work best in either Firefox or Chrome. So I'm starting in Chrome today. If we have any issues, I'll switch over to Firefox, but those are the two preferred browsers when using Command. So right now I'm on my Command homepage, and I'm going to go over to the left-hand side and click on the little paintbrush icon. Oh, and I didn't want to click it already. All right, from our Command homepage, we're going to go over to the left. This is our applet menu. And we're going to go ahead and click on this icon here that looks like a paintbrush. And while you're still learning what these different icons are, you can go ahead and click on the KW at the top left, and it will expand this menu and show you the names of each section. So we're going to start today by going into design. So I'll go ahead and click on this icon here. This brings us into My Design Templates. This is a library of all of your pieces you have created previously. You can sort through these and click on email pieces. Landing pages are managed here. Social pieces. These are all pieces we've created before. Print. You can actually manage your agent site pages. You would edit your agent site pages from the design section. And videos. If we wanted to create something new, we would just need to go down to the bottom right and click on the plus sign. From here, we have a few choices. We can choose email, social, print, video, and we can also import a PDF. This is a newer feature. It's similar to Adobe Acrobat Pro. You can actually upload a PDF, and Command will allow you to edit the different sections and the text and images on that PDF. So that's a really useful feature available to you here as well. Let's go ahead and start today by creating a social piece. So I'm going to select social. We do also have the option to import photos and text from a listing. I'm going to go ahead and skip that for now. We will have a place within the design where we can also select a listing. So if you don't select this up front, that's totally fine. We can also select a listing later on. So I'm clicking social and then next. And your page should refresh and bring you into the templates. So currently we are on this templates tab here. And before we go in and actually look at the social pieces, I want to point out a couple things. So we're on templates currently. If we click on My Designs, this is just another place where you can access your design library. So you can access all of your previous pieces that you've created. You can actually create folders within this section. So if you have pieces for specific listings, you can create a folder for that specific listing and add in all of your flyers and social media pieces. We created a folder for holiday pieces. So we kind of have everything in here just in one big file, but we can break this down even further and categorize our templates by putting them in these folders. Another thing I'd like to point out is at the top, you can have this option to start from blank. So I'm going to show you some templates today, but maybe you're looking to create something completely customized. This is where you would go to just get a blank template. You can also import PDFs here and go back to the templates by clicking Go to Templates. Let's go ahead and click on this icon for brand assets. Now, before you create any piece in designs, it's a good idea to check out the brand assets section. This is kind of like your marketing profile in Command. This is where you'll want to make sure that all of your personal and contact information is added in. You can also add in additional items like color palettes, your headshot, logos you may be using, stock photos. Updating this brand assets section is just going to make it really easy and quicker when you are creating a design. So when we first click on brand assets, it brings us into colors and fonts. So if you have a specific color scheme or fonts that you are using for your branding, you can upload those here. You can choose specific colors, create a new color palette, and also upload fonts. Under logos, this is where you would want to upload any logos you might be using on your marketing. This is a good place to add in your custom office logo. See, most offices have their own specific KW logo. So we have the Fort Mill one added in here, a KW logo, and then our company logo. It's a good place to add that in. Somebody asked if there is a corporate color palette. That is actually a great question. I believe there is. So if you actually go into kwconnect.com, and I'll go ahead and drop this in the chat. For some reason, I am having trouble getting into KW Connect recently. So let me go ahead and try it this way. So within KW Connect, there is, and I'm going to put this in the chat for you. I'm in kwconnect.com. I'm highlighting resources and then going to marketing. And then logos and branding. So I'm going to put this in the chat for you. This is where you can find the identity and style guide. And I believe that there is information about the specific KW colors if you wanted to use them. No, there's not one that's already loaded, but if you wanted to load this specific red into the design library, you can. And while I'm on this page, this is also where you can find all the KW logos you might need, as well as your office logo. So on this page in KW Connect, you can actually search by your market center and pull up logos specifically for your office. And then down below, you can find almost every KW logo you could ever need. So I did just drop that in the chat. This is in KW Connect under the Resources tab. And yeah, if you download this style guide, it should have more information about colors, and I think somebody said fonts might be in there, and then just information about the logos. But back to our command screen. This is where you would want to upload any logos you might be using. There's also this smart text section. So basically when we're creating a piece, and this will make more sense when we're actually working on something, you'll be able to drag these items onto your piece that you're creating. So in these smart texts, you can see we have items like our social media pages, our slogan, website, phone number, our name. If you want to add in new fields, you can click new field at the top right, and you can add in any one of these options as well as custom text. And this will make more sense when we're actually creating a piece. Under images, these two right here, these are actually our headshots, mine and Scott's. We'll be able to see that when we are creating the piece. But this is where you want to add in any stock images or your headshots. And to add in an image under here or logos, we would just click the upload button at the top right. And we have the choice to upload from any one of these locations. So for example, if I were to go into my device, I can go ahead and upload a stock photo that I have on my computer. You can see I'm just selecting that photo from my computer, and now that is saved in my library or in my brand assets, so I can easily upload that onto the next piece I create. Elements, these are going to be similar to clip art that you may use. You can also upload videos and additional files. So really important to just check out this brand assets section. I would say the main thing you might want to focus on are the images and uploading your headshot to this section, as well as the logos. It's a good idea to make sure that your office or your team logo are uploaded here. But let's go ahead and go back to templates. I'm going to click on templates at the top left. And let's take a look at some of these templates that we have available. So it first opens up these templates for the KW app. And these are only Instagram pieces. You can see we have the option to see all or social square. They are square JPEG images that you can download. But even though they are fitted specifically for Instagram, you can upload these anywhere. You can add them on Facebook, LinkedIn, put them in an email. Those are some pieces about your app. If we go into listings, you can see we have lots of for sale pieces. And right now we're only looking at social. If we wanted to look at print pieces, which we will do in today's class, we would have to go back to that original page we were on. But you can see we have social pieces for sale. So these are for your listings. Social wide, this is good for Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Social square, these are pieces fitted for Instagram. And then there's actually social stories. These are great for your Instagram or Facebook stories. And you can take a look and see there are lots of different pieces in here. There's pieces for sellers, for listings, for buyers. Under lead gen, this is actually where you'll find holiday pieces. Now we have the holidays coming up, so there are some Christmas and Hanukkah pieces. You can see pieces for Thanksgiving and so on. Under business basics, we should be able to see some email signatures. There's also social branding. If you need headers for your Twitter, LinkedIn, or Facebook, those are available here as well. So you can go through and check these out. I'm going to go back into listings. And let's do a just listed piece. So I'm selecting just listed. Social wide, we'll go ahead and select a Facebook piece. And I'll choose this second one here. So I'm going to click use. And now we'll actually go in and start to edit this piece. And somebody asked if there's a specific square size for Instagram. I think there is. I don't know what it is. If we were to open up any one of these pieces, you'll see down at the bottom, it says the dimensions right here. But I think as long as it's a perfect square for Instagram and it's not a huge file size, you shouldn't have any problems with it. Oh, and somebody says they can't see my screen. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure why or how to fix that. I do want to tell everyone I am recording this class. So this will be up on our website and on YouTube later today. So if you have any trouble or I don't get to your questions today or you need to review, shoot us an email after class, or you can also check out this video that I'm going to have online later. And then somebody said, if I hired a social marketer, can I give them access to this? You can. You would have to give them your command login information because they have to access this section through command, but you can add an admin to, actually you can add an admin to your command account. And I'm not positive if that gives them access to designs. I believe it may, but for that person, if you want to shoot us an email and we can help answer those questions a little bit further. Oh, and you're right. Somebody said I didn't send the logo to everybody. I did not. Here is the link for logos and branding. I'm going to put in our email address, and then you can find our training at slmtraining.com. All right, so this is my piece that I'm going to create. This is a Facebook piece. And then over here on the left, we have a few options we can go through while we're editing. So it first brings us into images. We can choose to add images from our computer or any one of these locations. Down at the bottom, we can see images that I've imported previously. Under company, you do actually have some stock images available to you. There are some fun holiday pieces or holiday images, house interiors. So these are all stock photos that you can use. And then under My Assets, these are those images that we uploaded previously. Under Text, this is where we can manage our text. We can add in text blocks. Banners are actually banners, kind of like clip art, text clip art that you can add in. Company text, and then here are those My Assets. So for example, if I wanted to put on my Instagram link onto this piece, all I would need to do is grab it from the left and drag it onto the piece on the right. But I'm just going to run through these real quick and then we'll actually start to edit this together. Under icons, these are kind of like those stock images that I told you about, or clip art. Some fun stock images in here, or stock icons, some company icons, and then if you had uploaded any previously, they would be under My Assets. Logos, this is where we can find our logos that we added into the My Assets section, as well as company logos. These are only going to be generic KW logos. For your office logos, you would need to find them on that KW Connect page. And now let's go into KWLS. So at the beginning, when I chose to create a social piece, I didn't check that box to select a listing from KWLS. If I don't do that, I do also have the option to select a listing here. So I'm in this KWLS tab, and I'm going to search for my listing. I can search by listing address, MLS number, KWLS ID, listing agent, or co-listing agent. So I'm going to search by address. And find my listing here. Once I find my listing, I can click select, and now I have access to the photos and listing details from KWLS. So now let's start to actually edit this piece. I want to start by changing out this photo. So I'm going to click on the photo over here on the right, and I have a couple different options. It's really easy to start switching this out. I have my listing photo on the left. I can go ahead and click on this Replace Image button. When I click that, you can see it fits it in there perfectly. I can also drag and drop. So if I wanted to use this image, or I'll just click an interior one so it's a little different. If I wanted to use this image, I can click on the image on the left and hold my mouse down, or hold the button down, and drag it over to the right onto the place where I'd like it to be, and you can see it replaces it. So the easiest way would be to either hit this replace button or drag the photos over. If you click on the plus sign for add image, it's just going to add this image on top of the piece. And you would have to manually manipulate that here. So I'm going to hit back. I don't actually want that there. Oop, and I just did the same thing. I'm going to click on this photo, hit replace. Oh, and that is acting funny. And drag that over. Okay, so very easily I was able to swap out that photo. If you don't like how this photo is fitting in this box, if you click on it, you can also select the Reposition button at the top, and it'll allow you to change basically how this is fit in this box. Let's go ahead and change out some of these listing details. So we have our address down here at the bottom. I'm going to click on the address and then go into listing details in my KWLS tab. And it's going to be the same sort of process. I find my property address here. I have it selected on the right, and I'm going to hit replace. And you can see it fits in the property address perfectly in this box. They don't put in the state, so you may need to just manually update that. You can see I just clicked in that box and I'm changing the text. It doesn't fit perfectly now, so I'm just going to make this box a little bigger. And there we go. You can also start to move things around. I'm going to move this over. And you can see as I'm moving things, these grid lines pop up. This is really useful because it helps you make sure that everything on your piece is lined up and looking good. All right, let's change out this built in 2015. It looks like my listing was built in 2020. You'll notice for some of these, it won't work perfectly. So this text box here says built in 2015. If I use replace for year built, It's just going to put 2020 in that box. So I'm going to hit the back button. For some of these, it might be easier to just double click on the text box and manually type that in. There we go. Same sort of thing for the bed, bath, and square feet. So this house is 5 bedrooms. I'm just clicking in the box. For bath. I'll change out the square feet and the price. And there we go. All the listing details are now good to go. Let's go in and change this logo. So I'm going to click my logo on the right, and it automatically brings me into the logo section. If it doesn't do this, you can go ahead and just click on the logos tab here. I'm going to go into my assets because I do have some logos uploaded. And from here, I'll go ahead and hit replace on the logo I'd like to use. And sometimes this doesn't fit perfectly, so you may have to readjust. But that looks good to me. And there we go. That is our piece. I will say for the social pieces, you'll notice that there isn't a lot of content on here. That is because you want to keep the image itself pretty simple, because you'll probably put more information in the body of the post. So if this was something I was posting on Facebook, I would post this as the image, and in the body of the post, I would probably write something like just listed in Franklin, add in the property description, and post it that way. Now this is saving as we work, which is really great. You'll want to make sure that that is turned on, and it automatically is, but you can verify that by clicking the File button at the top left. You can see that autosave is working, so this is saving as we go. But I do want to change the file name. So at the top, you can see it says just listed 09 FB. I want to rename this template, so I'm just going to click in this box and type in the new file name. Once I hit enter, that saves right away. We have a couple different options of what we can do for posting. You can download this to your computer, save the file, and then go into facebook.com that way. Or we also have the option to post directly from command. This is now saved in our design library. And if you were to go into campaigns, if you have that social posting set up, you can actually pull this directly from your library and post to social media from within command in that social posts section in campaigns. Well, let's just go ahead and save this for now. I'm going to go over here to this little down arrow button, and that turns into a download button. If I click download, I have a few different options. I can download this as a JPEG, a PNG. For this, I would probably download it as a JPEG. A PNG, you would do this if there are some transparent backgrounds, so some cutouts on this piece. And a PDF, this would work best for print pieces. I'm just going to go ahead and download this as a JPEG. You can change the file quality if you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and click Start Download, and this will save to my computer. There we go. I'll go ahead and open this up so you guys can take a closer look. And there we go. There is our social media piece. This is a Facebook piece that we created. I can now go to facebook.com and post this on my business page. Somebody asked if there's any way to put a link in this. You can add in the link, but it would just be the link text. Unfortunately, it would not be clickable on this image. This is just going to save as a flat image. So I'm going to click done. We're actually finished with this piece. And somebody had a question about ads. So we're not going to be able to go over ads today. This is mostly just on designs. But I would say I would probably do the ads separately. Somebody's asking, should we create an ad separately for Facebook and Instagram? I believe you would have to do them separately. I'm not quite sure if they adjust for you. To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure on that one. So if you can shoot us an email, we can look into that and try and get an answer for you. And yes, we do have a class. Scott just started a new class called Facebook Ads 101. I would definitely recommend checking that out. And then somebody asked about complying with ad rules. You would have to check with your broker and your office, your board, to see what is required. So if you're required to have additional footers, logos on there, that is for you. You need to know that. That's your responsibility to have that knowledge and add in that information. So now we're back on our command home screen. I do want to go ahead and show you some print pieces as well. So we're going to go ahead and click on this paintbrush here. We're back in designs, and now let's click the plus sign again. And this time we'll click print. And I'm going to go ahead and select the option to import photos and text from a listing from the beginning. So I'm choosing print, import photos and text, and then next. This brings up a KWLS search page, so we can search for our listing here. Typing in the listing address. I can select my listing. And this page will refresh and now bring me into print pieces. So you do have to access the print and social media pieces separately. You can see there are a lot of pieces here. It opens up in listings. You can see we have quite a few options. If we click on the first option for listing presentations, there are some great listing presentations available for you here. We have some booklets that you can print out. These are multi-page documents. These are really nice because you can completely customize them. You can add in pages, you can add in blank pages, you can remove pages, only use the pages you like. And then there are some letters as well. So these are the 8.5 by 11 size, and then it looks like this size is a little different. Under for sale, we can see we have quite a few options. We have door hangers, flyers, a few different types of postcards. So you can see you'll have to pay attention when you are going through these and selecting them. So when I highlight this postcard, you can see this is a 6x4 postcard. There are some different sizes over here. So just be mindful of what size document or piece you are creating. Some brochures, we have bifolds, trifolds, other trifolds, different bifolds, so lots of different documents. So for almost everything in here, you are going to have different options of what type of piece you can create. There are also some neighborhood snap pieces. These are really great for farming. You can create pieces on specific neighborhoods you may be working in. Under buyer, there are some Keller Mortgage pieces, more neighborhood snap, and then buyer presentations. So similar to those listing presentations, but specifically for buyers. Under lead gen, we can find some holiday pieces again. There are some holiday postcards in here, event invitations, lots of great stuff. Under business basics, we can find some business cards and letterhead. And then under templates, there's actually a pivot section as well. Let's go ahead and just create a flyer together real quick. I'm going to go into for sale, flyers, and letter. And I'm going to select this first option here. So I'm going to click use for the first flyer. So if you need to go back to social, you would basically need to go all the way back. Actually, let me see. So if you're in that templates page we were just on and you want to go to social, you can go back to command and go to that design library section. Or if you go into, I'll just go back really quick. Let me see. If you are from this page where we were just looking at print pieces, you can also go into My Designs and go to the templates here. And that should, I believe, allow you to choose to go back to social. Or you would need to click on this X at the top right. That'll bring you back into command and you can choose social. So unfortunately, you can't access both from the same page. You do have to kind of toggle between print and social. And actually, it looks like sometimes they will combine. I don't know why this happens, like what causes this, but sometimes if you go back and forth from one of these tabs, you can see now I have social and print. So just be mindful of that. I'm gonna go back into my flyers and let's put together a flyer together real quick. So this is going to be the same sort of process. We're just going to add in a little bit more information. I'm going to go down at the bottom and zoom in so we can see this a little more clearly. We can also see down at the bottom, just again, a good idea to touch base and make sure that you are creating the right file size. We had somebody who created this beautiful listing presentation recently, and when they went to print it, it was teeny tiny, and unfortunately they had chosen the wrong file size. So make sure that you pay attention to this down here and that you're creating the right file size for what you need. So I'm just going to quickly work through this and show you how I can edit this. I already selected my listing from KWLS. Well, I did already select it, but it's not here, so I'm going to go ahead and select that again. If you select that listing at the beginning, like I did, and then if you don't immediately go into a piece, like I went into a piece and then went back and went into the design library, it may lose that selection, but you can always go back into this KWLS tab and search for your listing again. Here we go. So I'm going to start to just switch this out again. I'm clicking on the photo I'd like to change, hitting the Replace Image button. I'll add in some different images down here. There we go. Let's change out the listing details. So I'll go into listing details, switch out the address. And of course, you can completely customize this. You can move things around. You can change the fonts, make the font bigger or smaller, adjust the placement. I believe this was 5-bed, 4-bath. So you can see it's pretty easy. Very quickly, I'm able to customize this and make a nice flyer. So again, for these details, it's sometimes easier to just manually type them in. So that's what I'm doing now. Oh, and I went in the wrong box. There we go. Awesome. So we do need to switch out this property description. So I'm clicking on the property description on the right, and I'm going to find my property description in this KWLS section on the left. The property description is always the last one at the bottom. It's kind of hard to see. It's always behind this little support chat button. but it's the last one. And once I click replace, it'll add that in. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that and just make that fit in a little bit better. We do need to swap out this bottom section. So I'll click on the headshot. And this time I will go into images. I can choose to upload an image from my computer, but I already have my headshot saved in My Assets. So I'm going to go over here into My Assets and hit the replace button on that. And there's my headshot. I can adjust this if I need to. Well, it's actually a perfect square, so I don't really need to adjust it. But that looks good. I'll make it a little bigger. I can change this text. I can use the text from My Assets. I'm going to click on the text tab over on the left. And if I go into My Assets, it looks like I have my name already added here. If I hit replace, you can see it swaps that out. But for these, I'll just go ahead and manually type them in. I'm just going to add in my email. There we go. We do need to switch out this logo. I don't have a good logo uploaded right now because this is a red background, so a white logo is going to work best. What I can do is I can go ahead and upload a logo in images. I can add a logo to my library, but I don't want to have to go all the way back right now. Or I can just go into company depending on what your broker and what your board designates, whatever logo you have to use. But for now, I'm just going to use a generic KW logo. I'm going into company, and I'm just going to use a white logo from this section. And again, sometimes the logo is placed in here a little bit funny, so we will have to just manually adjust that. But that looks good. And there we go. My flyer is good to go. You can see very quickly I was able to create that. Now I'm going to try something that I tried in my last class and it didn't work, but we're just going to try this again. In this icon section under stock, there was a little Santa hat, and I believe it may be missing at this time. Oh, I found a candy cane though. That's fun. So I love these ideas. You can go through these stock icons and add in some fun little embellishments to your pieces. And sometimes there's a little Santa hat that loads and sometimes it just doesn't appear. I want to say it's this one right here, but for some reason it's not generating. So just fun little things that you can add in over here. You can completely customize these pieces, which I love. So this is good to go. My flyer is complete. I'm just going to go ahead and rename this again at the top right. And now I'm going to download it. So I'm going to hit the download button. If I wanted to post this on Facebook or on Instagram or put it in the body of an email, I would want to save this as a JPEG. What's great about these pieces is they're pretty interchangeable. You can use them for different formats and different locations. So to post on social media, I'll want to download this as a JPEG. If I want to print this, I'll go ahead and choose Get PDF. And I'll change this to high resolution print quality. There are some additional publish settings. If you are creating postcards, you will want to add a manual bleed. You have these other options as well. I'm just going to leave this as all pages. I just have one page and I want high resolution print quality. So I can click download and this will save to my computer. So you can see very quickly I was able to create a lovely flyer for my listing. And let's open this up and take a closer look. There we go. Now I can print this and start to use it for my marketing. There we go. All right. So again, once you've done creating these pieces, you can go and print them. You can go directly to the social media website. So I could open up a new tab, go to facebook.com and post it that way. I do want to point out really quick, you can also post those social pieces from within Command. So I'm going to click Done at the top right. And before we switch gears and I show you the templates on our website, I am back on my Command homepage. And I'm going to click the icon that looks like a megaphone on the left. This is for campaigns. Now in campaigns, there are a few different options. This is where you can create those Facebook campaigns, those Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram ads. You can also create postcards. You can use those postcard templates in Designs and actually distribute and print them through the direct mail campaign section here. You can create email campaigns. Those are basically just like a mass email you send to your database. There are some holiday emails in there as well. But I want to point out the social posts. So this is a feature in Command similar to Hootsuite if you've ever used that. You can basically schedule out your social media posts for an extended period of time. So for example, I could set this up on a Sunday, schedule all my posts for the next week, and they will run and post automatically for me. So you do need to make sure that your Facebook account is connected. And if I wanted to post that piece I just created, all I would need to do is click Create a New Campaign at the top right and choose Social Post. From here, I can start to build that post. So I'm going to skip over this text section first. And I just want to show you how you can choose that piece we just created. So the second section here is where we can upload our photo for the post. We can choose from Designs, which is what we want to do. You can also upload an image, a video, or a link. But I want to use that piece we just created. So I'm going to choose Browse Design Library. And this is only going to bring up social pieces. So unfortunately, I can't choose that print piece that I just created. But if I were to save that flyer as a JPEG, I can manually upload it. But I just want to point out how you can choose social pieces from your library. So here's that piece we just created. So I'll just go ahead and select that. And you can see once this generates, you will have to adjust the size. So there's square, 1 by 1, or wide. You can also use free to manually adjust this, but if I choose wide, you can see it crops this perfectly for that piece I just created. And once I click Create Crop Image, you can see it's starting to build my post over on the left. So basically, I'm just creating a social media post for Facebook. And like I said, if I was to post this, I'd probably put in my property description. So I would do something like just listed in Franklin, add in my property description, and you can see we're basically just answering these or filling in these boxes on the left to build our post over here on the right. So this is a preview of what we'll post on our Facebook business page. And I can say contact today for more information. There we go. And then down toward the bottom, you can see it has our Facebook page selected. You can also connect a new account. And then choose to schedule this post schedule this so I can choose which day and time I would like this to post. So I wanted this to post tomorrow at 10 a.m. I can select that here. Oop. Or I can publish immediately if I wanted to. And there we go. I can schedule this post and this will post automatically for me tomorrow at 10 a.m. Or I can choose to save this as a draft. So that is just a little preview of how you can take those pieces we created, choose that piece from our design library, and post directly from Command. We do go more in depth into this in my Marketing with Command class. This is just a little preview. And then if you are interested in ads, we go over ads a little bit in that class, but check out Scott's Facebook Ads 101 class, and he gets more in depth into the ad creation. And then somebody said this YouTube, yes, this will be on YouTube later today, this class. It'll be on slmtraining.com and on youtube.com/Scott Leroy Marketing. And I'm putting that in the chat for you. But before we wrap up today, I do want to show you guys one more thing. We're going to switch gears and go to scottleroymarketing.com. This is our website, scottleroymarketing.com, and we have some templates available for you here as well. So to access anything on our site, you do have to log in. So I'm going to hit the login button on the far right. And it's going to ask for your Market Center number or password. So for most of you, this will just be your Market Center number. If you don't know what this is, reach out to your office or to us and we can help you locate that information. Only a handful of offices have an actual password. Most of you will just put in your Market Center number. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in. And then we'll go ahead and highlight KW Resources and click Templates. So in addition to those templates you have available for you in Command, we offer some templates on our website as well. If we scroll down this video, I recommend watching if you create any of our templates. It'll walk you through the whole process. The process is the same for whatever template, but this video walks you through creating an email signature and then going into your Gmail settings and attaching it. But if you scroll down, you can see these are the different templates we have available. Different flyers, letterhead, holiday pieces, Facebook cover photos. But the main thing people utilize from us is our email signatures. So you do have 2 email signature templates in Command that you can use. We have a whole bunch. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the email signatures button. And this is going to bring us into Google Drive. So if you're accessing our templates, you do have to be signed into a Gmail account. If you don't have a Gmail account that you're using, your kw.com email is actually a Gmail. So this brings me into 4 folders: modern, normal, vertical, and widescreen. I'm going to select modern, and you can see a preview of all the different signatures. And I'm going to scroll down and I'll just select this first one in the 4th row and the last one in the first column. So I selected modern email signature number 19, and you can see this is the file. So this has 3 different slides. It's kind of similar to editing in PowerPoint. So the first slide is the signature itself. This second one, this is telling you that if you add in any links or any buttons, they are not going to be clickable. So just keep that in mind. If you were to put in a Facebook logo, Twitter logo, whatever it is, you will not be able to click on that once this is in your email signature. And this third slide just says watch the video on our templates page to get the steps. So you can see when I'm in this signature, I can't do anything. I'm clicking and I can't make any changes. There's a view only button at the top. Don't click this. This was where you can request edit access. Unfortunately, we can't give you access to our master files. So go ahead and ignore this button. What you're going to do instead is you're going to click File and then make a copy. For this one, we only need the first slide, so I'm going to choose selected slides. So File, make a copy, selected slides. You can choose to rename this if you'd like. I'm just going to click OK, and this will bring open a new tab with that signature, and we will actually be able to edit this. Editing these is, again, really simple, similar process. You're basically just going to click on the different things you want to change. Let's start by swapping out this photo. I'm actually going to right-click on the photo and then replace image and upload from computer. So I just right-clicked on that photo, replace image, upload from computer, and I'm going to go ahead and choose my headshot that's saved to my computer. There we go. I'm going to change out this text. I'm just going to click in this box and add in my name. It looks like it's a little too big, so I'll make the text a little smaller up here. It's still really big. I'm going to make this smaller. I can change the font if I wanted to. I can move things around. Again, completely customizable. I can swap out this information. Again, you'll want to check with your office and with your board as to what is required for compliance. Add in my email address. Again, you can see really simple, really quick. I'm just swapping this out. Oh. There we go. All right, so that's the basics of it. Of course, if I wanted to add in any logos or anything, I could. I can move things around. I can change the color of these two blocks here. I can remove those. So I like to add in like a fun gradient when I'm working on these. Just kind of spruce it up a little bit. I'm clicking on this rectangle here, and then when I click the fill button, I can choose gradient and choose any one of these colors. And you can see I already think that looks great. If I want to add a logo to this, I can go over here and click Insert, and then Image. And I'm going to upload an image from my computer. I think I should have a regular KW saved here. There we go. And I'm just going to drag and drop. I'm just grabbing the corner of this logo and adjusting the size. I'll just go ahead and move this text box up. Add in this KW logo. Again, it's still kind of big, so I'm going to make that a little smaller. And again, these grid lines are popping up, so I can use that to make sure that everything is centered and looking good. But this looks good to me. There we go. So my signature is complete. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click File at the top and then Download. Now, normally you would save this as a JPEG image, but we've noticed that when you download this as a JPEG, it does come out a little pixelated and a little blurry. So we added one extra step. I'm actually going to download this as a PDF. So File, Download, PDF, and this will save as a PDF file on my computer. But unfortunately, you can't upload a PDF to your email signature section. So I'm going to go to a new website. It is pdf2jpg.net. And I'll drop this in the chat for you as well. Again, we downloaded this as a PDF. So it would be the highest quality, so it wouldn't be blurry. You can't do, somebody asked, can you do the signature from your mobile device? No, you would have to do this on a computer. So I'm at this new website, pdf2jpg.net. This is just a free converter tool. We're basically just going to convert that PDF to a JPEG file so we can upload it into our signature. So I'm going to click Choose a PDF here. Find my email signature file that I just saved. Choose Excellent as the quality and Convert. From here, I can click Download, and this will give me my email signature file. And you can see when I open it up, it still is a little blurry, but it's probably not going to be that big. Let me minimize everything so you can see this a little better. This will probably be about this big or smaller when it's in your email signature, and you can see that looks good. So now I can go into my Gmail settings and upload this file. So again, really quickly, really easily, I was able to create an email signature. So I will say, back on our website, the scottleroymarketing.com page, check out this video. That was just a very quick overview of creating the email signature, but this will go through it step by step, a little slower, and then at the very end of the video, we actually go into Gmail and attach the signature. So check that out. I did also record our class today, so I'll have this on our website and on YouTube later today. I know there were a lot of questions, so I'm sorry if I wasn't able to answer all of your questions today. Please shoot us an email if you have further questions, and we would be happy to assist. If not, thank you guys for watching our class today. If we don't talk to you soon, I hope you have a great weekend.